So finally, just a couple questions we ask
Oh,
all the
sorry.
actors we interview. What was your first acting experience that made you decide you want to become an actor?
Oh God. Okay, I'll try and make it quick. I majored in criminology. Had no idea I'd ever in my life be doing this, or even thought that it was an option. I was working juvenile probation, and I was an athlete, which is honestly the reason I got to go to college because I got a scholarship. I was in track and field. I was a shot putter at Fresno State, and majored in criminology. And I also was a power lifter. I did a lot of deadlifting and competitions and exhibitions. And because I could lift a lot of weight, I started powerlifting, and I went from 5'6" to 6'3" in eighth grade. So my growth was in my lower back, and I would cry every day when I'd get up. So I started lifting, and I'm the youngest of six, and we all were in sports. So I love sports. So of course it helped with that. So cut to, okay, I'm working juvenile probation, and I was doing the weightlifting, deadlifting exhibition. One of my friends, I met she and her husband. She was a bodybuilder, and I was just there to do the deadlift where you stand up straight with the weight and the bars across your thighs. Shirley Eason. And I still give all my credit for doing this to Shirley Eason because she ended up becoming, first was an alternate on American Gladiators. She played Sky and then became a regular on there. But Shirley called me and said, Dot, they're auditioning for a new show down in LA. It's kind of like American Gladiators, but it was medieval. And it was called Knights and Warriors. So I thought, what the hell? I have nothing to lose. And I mean, God knows, unfortunately, I'd have that job forever, and which I loved, and I've pulled a lot from it for my career and characters that I played. But so I came down here to LA and auditioned. Had no idea what I was doing. The first day was physical agility, and for my size, at my tallest, I was 6'4", but I've had 15 knee surgeries, and I have arthritis and stuff. But anyway, I've lost it almost 2 inches. I used to be 6'4", and I was probably at that time, I was probably like 250, 260, but I was fast for my size. So I came down, first day was all physical agility. They said, okay, if we're going to go through the tape. There was a few hundred women auditioning for these roles, and 4 roles. And if we like what we see, we'll have you come back tomorrow for a cold read. And I'm like, what the hell is a cold read? And I'm thinking, because we're warriors, are we out in like Alaska or in the Arctic or something? I'm like
Oh,
thinking,
that's
okay,
awesome.
okay, what's a cold read? And a cold read is where they give you sides and you hold it in your hand and you try to get the lines and deliver it eye to eye with the person. For those that don't know, like I didn't know at 27 what the heck it was. And so I got the call, I came back, and I didn't want to sound like a fool. And I'm like on the phone, I said, so what would somebody wear to this cold read? And they go, well, wear your best warrior outfit. Well, I had just traveled 4 hours from Fresno and in my car, and I'm like thinking, all I had was workout clothes in my truck or in my van. And so I was like, oh my God, what the hell am I going to do? So I threw together something, cut up a sweatshirt, tied stuff around my head and around my arms. And I went, and they said, oh, the sides are on the table. And I'm like, thank God there was only one stack of papers, because that's what told me the sides were. So I picked it up, and it was highlighted what we would be reading as the warrior. And 2 weeks later, I went back to Fresno, and I was working at juvenile hall and going through the process. I was going to switch from juvenile to adult probation. And so I was sleeping, and the phone rings, and they said, hi, is Dot there? I said, this is Dot. And they said, hi, this is Carol O'Leary. And I'm like, hi, Carol, how are you? And I'm like thinking to myself, who the hell's Carol O'Leary? Because when you're sleeping, and then I couldn't think, and it had been like 2.5 weeks. And then she goes, how would you like to be a warrior? And I
Awesome.
just cried. I just cried. I was like, oh my God, this is incredible. And so found out all the information, came down, we shot the pilot. And I believe we shot the pilot in 91. And so then I learned a lot. You know, they got to sell it. So they sold it. We did the pilot in 26 episodes. And I'm like, okay, this is more fun than I've ever had in my whole life. I want to do this. So I took a challenge. I took a gamble, and I knew I'd always have a job in what I majored in, you know, with my criminology major. So I went for it, and I would not change one thing other than I wish I kind of done it younger, but I didn't think it was an option.
Thanks for watching the uInterview channel. With over 3,000 original celebrity videos, we have one of the largest collections of celebrity interviews anywhere. So remember to like and comment on our videos and subscribe to the channel. If you want to get more involved, you can become a member of the channel. Membership has its perks. You can see exclusive celebrity videos and get the opportunity to ask our celebrity guests questions. We can't wait to hear from you.